I promise you, the second you finish reading this book, you're gonna act, look, and think differently, and it's gonna show, and people are gonna be like, hold up, what's going on with them? You're gonna be like, look, I got some confidence.
No, that's right.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
I know that's right.
What word do I overuse?
No, that's right.
Hi guys, it's your girl Savvy C. Welcome back to I Know That's Right, a weekly video series where I give spoiler-free book reviews revolving around a monthly theme. And December's theme is fear and anger, even though I know it's definitely January 1st. But we ain't gonna talk about that right now. But we're still focusing on fear and anger. And today I'm talking about Dr. Russ Harris's The Confidence Gap: From Fear to Freedom, a guide to overcoming fear and self-doubt. This book just came to me through a simple Google search. I didn't get a recommendation or didn't hear about it from someone else or a video or, whatever else I was looking for. I just naturally found this and was just, my interest was piqued by the title alone, and it drew me in. The reviews were good, and I decided to read it, and I'm glad that I did. It's 240 pages, 23 chapters. Let me double check. 23 chapters, yep. 23 chapters in total, 5 parts, and then an introduction to start. And it just breaks down this key overall message and this mantra that, Dr. Harris repeats time and time and time again. And that is just the fact that actions of confidence come first, then the feelings. So it's like you have to take the action. You gotta be about it. You gotta just go out and do it. Do it scared, do it hesitant, do it, broke, do it, amateurly, non-professionally, do it however you can. Do it. That's just how we do it, right? You gotta just do it wherever. And then from you doing it time and time again, to the confidence cycle, you then become confident and you have those feelings because you have that action to back it up. And so the book just really breaks that down in just all forms and fashion. It is very self-helpy, heavy on just a lot of lists, a lot of terminologies, a lot of acronyms, a lot of Michael Jordan was kicked off his basketball team. Oprah got fired from her job, wasn't fit for news. Albert Einstein, wasn't good at school, or so I would be cautious to warn you on that. So if that's not your jam, I wouldn't say this book is for you. But what it did do well and what I enjoyed about this book was just how it really dissected fear and just where that comes from, and how fear plays such a significant role when it comes to one's confidence and just their actions and their being. For me, going into this book, and kind of with my 2 previous books, well, one was on anger, but other books I've read about fear, just my own experience and knowledge of it, I just thought of it as when you have fear, when you have adrenaline rush, that's, you're alive. That's a good inclination that, you're doing something outside of your comfort zone, and you can acknowledge it, it's there, but, don't dwell on it. This book kind of really reframed my thinking towards fear altogether. It talks about the root of it, how that comes to be, ways to, cultivate it and, reuse it to your advantage, how to not be afraid of it, how to not be afraid of fear, right? And so I thought that was the biggest takeaway and the most helpful part of this book was just embracing fear and just knowing that fear is what makes you to an extent, but you don't have to let that control you. You can, use fear, as your advantage, to your advantage, and how that can really play into confidence. Like I said in the opening, the second I read, probably as I got through part 3 of this book, I was really starting to, act and think differently about my life. There was so many parts of this book where, you definitely need a notebook and a pen when you go through this book. There's so many reflection exercises, things to write down, things to fill in, and just moments that he wants you to just sit and reflect on what you just read. And while doing that, while reflecting, I really just started playing scenarios in my mind and thinking of past times where I was or wasn't fully myself, or I was a bit reserved when I shouldn't have been. And that was really like, oh, okay, that's what that was. And now I can just move on and keep it pushing. So that was really helpful. That was really great. And I recommend it for those who are during this time. This is probably the perfect time to read this book. So maybe, blessing decides that I read it so late. But it's perfect for, New Year's resolutions, those who are entering a new slate. I have a new slate. If you're on the verge, or you're kind of looking for the sign to start a new venture, whether that be, creatively moving to a new city, starting a new job, starting a family, new company, whatever. Like if you're embarking on a journey for the first time and you're not fully sure if it's what you want to do, definitely read this book. I think it'll give you that much needed push to just go for it wholeheartedly. I wouldn't recommend, and this is the first stream I think of, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but if you're someone who doesn't really like self-help books, if that genre just makes you cringe when you hear that term, I wouldn't recommend this book for you. Instead, I'd rather just you look up the confidence gap, maybe look through reviews, look up the confidence cycle. You can just search that, look through that, and just get key parts of this book and then apply that to your life or your situation, whatever that may be, rather than reading through this book. Because there are some times where it was a bit redundant and a bit like, okay, which, repetition is good for, iteration and learning and comprehension. But sometimes I was like, okay, we get it. So just keep that in mind. And I give this book 4 stars because of that. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I am sending my love to wherever you are in the world where you're watching this, and I'll be sure to see you in the next one. I have one more book for this theme, Fear and Anger, for December, even though it is definitely 2021. Happy New Year, by the way. But I will definitely be posting that soon, hopefully within the week, so check out for that. And then after I post that final book of December, I'll be able to announce January's theme, which I'm really excited about, so be sure to stick around and stay tuned for that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!